Never stop, I'll get it if I want it. Gotta make to myself a promise. I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top.
Yo, no, I ain't the type to give up. If I do something, man, I do it till I get what I want. I turn a business out of nothing into something I love. I got a poker face, but honestly, I'm not one to bluff. I flip a switch, never miss, man, I always stay up. Don't let them see you, bitch, always have a plan to stay tough. This life ahead of you ain't easy, it was built to be rough. But that's what makes a personality, is tragedy, bruh. So keep your head on your shoulders. Now we ain't out here moving rocks, we out here moving boulders. Now we ain't getting posterized, we out here making posters, and we ain't got nothing to hide.
What up? What up? What up? What up? Welcome in Pregaming. Here we go at Sports Money, Monday to Friday, 6 p.m. Appreciate everybody rocking in here with us. Sorry, I'm a couple of mementos late. I finalized a same game parlay that I am going to share tonight. It's 4 legs in the NFL. Some of y'all ain't going to like it, but that makes me love it. I can't wait to talk to you guys. Look, it's a small card today. We got 3 Major League Baseball games. We've got a college football game and an NFL game. I've got action and everything. How about that? We're getting after it tonight. I feel good about this card here. We got to bounce back from yesterday. A little suspect. Blanked out in the WNBA. Didn't do much better in Major League Baseball. But look, tonight we thread the needle. We bring on none other than Thursday's finest. You know him from hitting the books. It's going to be a Connor Miggity Mac night tonight. He's got a prop. He's got some sides for us. Going to get into it with my guy and talk a few plays across the football board. So, of course, you know the deal by now. We've got college football, big weekend coming up. You're going to want to check my man's hitting the books out. We'll have him talk to us a little bit about what's going on there. And we're going to get into a big weekend as well. Now, get ready. No live stream tonight. Look, I was busy all day today. I got to get this college football video out. So we're going to rest. We're going to recoup. We're going to recharge. And we're going to attack the board Saturday. And it's going to be a big show. We start live 11:45 a.m. Fellas are talking about going even earlier. They want to give you all the plays across the board. Sub's got EPL action. MMA Jeff's got college football and NHL action. You know, Fanatical Jim eats every strike. You know the fellas are going to be ready to bring their A games. And it's not just enough this Saturday morning to talk about UFC Paris. We get the full day to bet together. The full day. Can't believe it. I'm already jacked up for it. I'm fired up for this UFC. I'll tell you what. Mark my words. My main event prop of the night is going to be plus $700. Plus $700. I already got it. I already locked it in. I'm already feeling good about that play. And it's one of them spots I know I'll be on the island. Oh, there's no way that's going to happen. We'll see. God damn it. I'm fired. I am jacked up for it. I can't wait. Sometimes you get these smaller cards and it just gets you forward thinking. And again, we've got a great football card. We got a great game in Alabama, Georgia. They might as well just call that the national championship and F the rest of the season. But I can't wait. It's going to be a ton of fun. And again, for tonight's purposes here, we still got to get Thursday. Thursday's the bridge to the weekend. Thursday leads us to Friday. Friday leads us to the all-day money fest that is going to be Saturday. So we're going to go till I can't go. And I don't plan to pop the bottle at 11:45. That's for sure. Now 12:05 is a different story, but we'll see. You got to pace yourselves. It's a full day. So just get ready, just getting into it, just getting fired up, excited. I've got 11 college football games right now. 11. I got to trim it down. You guys know the deal. We split the board last week. Okay. Not our finest work for sure, but we got some dogs. Man, if we had just taken those dogs outright. I got once bitten, twice shy from the previous week talking about dogs that didn't come through. So we'll see how it all folds together. We certainly will. But MLB tonight, we've got the Orioles and the Yankees popping off at 7:05. The Marlins and the Twins roll at 7:40. And the nightcap is the Padres and the Dodgers at 10:10 p.m. College football. We've got one of the nation's best. How about that? Army. laying a boatload of points against Temple in Philly at the Link. That'll be fun to talk about. And then Thursday night football, you know the deal, divisional game. Dallas, Giants, NFC East. Can't wait to, I got some great spots, I think. We'll see. I mean, I say they're great now, but we'll see what happens once we get to game time, right? We captured some nice touchdown props on Monday. Coming back with 2 touchdown looks for you guys. I really have a third one that I'll share with you, but if I had to flip the coin, I took the 2 that I like the most here, and we'll see how that looks. So it's going to be fun. We got a lot to talk about. So small card just means that we dig deeper. When we dig deeper, we win more. And I expect to do just that tonight. So if you're just getting in here, hit that thumbs up button for us. Show the support. Help us crack this code at YouTube to let them know. The best assemble here. You already know. The best assemble here at 6 p.m. Now let's let everybody else know. It's us against the bookies. We might as well build this community, this army, this sharp collection of cappers, and kick ass and take names, boys and girls. That's what we're here to do. So thank you for coming in. Get some pen and paper. You're going to want to write down the plays, not just here, but we go through the chats, best bets, and we got the sharpest chat in the game. Can't tell me I'm wrong. It's not rhetorical. I know I'm right. They assemble here. I see it every single day. I look at all these plays afterwards and everything that you guys have given out there, and I see it on the regular. I love it. Push me into some of the directions, sometimes help me out of a bad play or a losing night. So let's do it. Let's get into the chat. Let's see what's going on. I know our guy's going to want to pop in here, but I know he don't want to fuck around with baseball right now. So we'll get to the nitty gritty, and then we'll bring him in and talk about, he wants to be quick. I want to be quick. Let's move. Let's get to it, you guys. Let's see what's going on in the chat. We got new members. Keith re-upping his membership. My brother, Keith. Each every stride, man. Been a great addition to our live streams. He's a ton of fun to get into it. And we got a gifted membership from my guy, Old E. Rocking and rolling, gifting a sports money membership, helping us grow the community. Appreciate both of you guys so much. Being here from day one, getting involved from day one. Always showing support. True colors, man. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Listen, gifted memberships are great. If you've received one, pay it forward. As we build this thing, there are going to be more focus. There's going to be a little bit of a regime, not a regime, a schedule type of change. Going to be some more stuff definitely for members. So you're not going to want to miss out because as I record some things tonight, I'm going to keep my eyes on some line movement and things for this weekend. And the members will get some extra bonuses out there, extra plays just for believing in what we're doing here. And who knows, maybe we do a little halftime members go live tonight. I don't know. I talked to some of the fellas. Everyone's got some things going on tonight, but they seem to be okay coming in with a little halftime update for you guys. So anyways, we're going to do a lot of fun things as we continue to grow this thing, but appreciate all you guys rocking with us. My guy, Oldie, Keith, each every stride. You guys are one of a kind, men, and I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you for your continued ongoing support. So cheers. I'll cheers you again. Cheers you again. Appreciate you guys, man. It's that important that we stop the show and recognize the real ones. And it means a lot. So let's get to work. Let's talk about some unders. Our guy here, Joe T, and his war on unders continues. Got the Cowboys and the Giants. The over 45 tonight. My guy, put the brakes on the operation. Grandma Horse Racing. Gifting a sports money membership. Shout out to you, Grandma. Horse Racing. Appreciate you being here from the get-go. It's always fun to have you in here sharing your looks, sharing your encouragement with us. And nothing's more encouraging than gifting a membership, showing that you believe in what we're doing and you're helping us brick by brick build this thing. Listen, you guys have been fantastic. Shout out to Grandma Horse Racing. Shoot, we get one more gifted membership in here. We might have to pop the top. We'll see. Let's go. So Joe T likes this under. Grandma, thank you so much, Grandma Horse Racing. Thank you very much. Again, it's important to stop the show and recognize the real ones that believe in what we're doing here. And thank you. Appreciate everybody coming in here with us tonight. It's time to get to work. We got a quick show. Who knows? Maybe we're in and out quick. I know C-Mac wants to be quick. He's got some things going on. I'm going to be quick. I got a bunch of shit to do tonight. So all for getting you guys some winners for this weekend. Let's look at it. Joe T's also giving us the Padres Dodgers. First 5 over 4.5. And the full game over 8.5. Man, Profar last night. What a bum. What a letdown. And he's giving us some preseason NHL looks. Man, by the way, I don't know what made me think of this from last night, but boy, oh boy, we did get some White Sox under first 4 action today. And they won the game. It's the training process. Hopefully you guys have been writing some. You shouldn't have to write those down. You should see the White Sox and be like, it's either first 5 under or the first 5. If you took them plus a half, you won. If you took the under, you won. If you took them live like I did, I should have given that out to members today. That was I got the fucking sharp alert dashboard blowing up all over the place. They were hammering. I don't see a lot of in-game hammers on the sharp indexes, and they were hammering that White Sox spot. And I looked at it, and it was plus 110. I was like, yeah, all right. Why the fuck not? I just won the first 5. Let's go. Anyhow, Joe T, preseason NHL looks. Canadians Maple Leafs over 6.5, and the Sharks and Ducks over 6. We might have found Joe T's new oversport. His new oversport. Baseball's winding down. We're seeing some unders. Looks like he may have found him. Now, will he start getting involved in that first period over? I'll tell you this right now, just from last year. If the first period doesn't go over, the second period is going over. So you can live hedge or live bet or live whatever. You wiggle your way out of that one if you don't get it. Shout out to Justin McKelvey. Sports money is money. And nobody's been more money than my guy Stacks and Justin McKelvey. Appreciate you being here, brother. They're subhuman. Can't wait for some UFC Paris. 2 more sleeps. Oh man, I am truly fired up. I told you already. Sub, you already know what my. We spent like 45 minutes before we recorded the 12-minute first strike, just talking about all the fights that we liked and the props that we were getting in on. So I can't wait. I can't wait to see. You know, that's my challenge. I get like a kid at Christmas when we start talking about them too early, and I see these big plus numbers. I'm like, oh man, especially the one plus 2,000. Oh, dude, I cannot fucking wait. I'm excited. 2 more sleeps. Go out there. Make sure you guys check out First Strike. Subhuman Gaucho, MMA Jeff, and I gave you guys 3 plays for this UFC Paris card. I know the lines moved in all 3 of them. It's probably going to keep moving, would be my guess. So get in there. Check those out before we get to it. Here we go. Talk sports with JT. What's up, my dude? He's in the house ready to rock. Danny Dimes, over 202.5 passing yards. Oldie, my dude. Shout out for the gifted membership. David Wallace says, let's get paid. There's Keith. Every stride. What's up, Mike and Sports Money fam? Let's get after it tonight. Thank you for renewing your membership, my guy. Appreciate you, Keith. Talk Sports with JT likes Brandon Cooks under 3.5 receptions and Dante Robinson over 33.5 receiving yards. I definitely like that second piece. I don't know about the first piece. I guess I really didn't look at that one. I'm happy to read off. I got a card of whittled down plays. We're going to talk about that game. I got all kinds of shit to talk about with that game. I cannot wait for it. Let's go, you guys. Let's go. Talk Sports with JT says, I like Brandon Cooks under 3.5 receptions. Oh, I already talked about that. It looks so good. I had to hit it twice. It was so nice. I hit it twice. Brian Smith wants to get that cabbage. Tommy Leach says, made in England. Made in England. Is that the Great Britain play of the day? 10-6-1? 10-6-1. Cowboys Giants. Man, I love it. You guys are talking my language with this total tonight. Talking my language. Justin Kelly says, I ain't the type to give up. We're pushing boulders, baby. Let's go. Fernando Mendoza says 4-1 so far. Over 10.5. Brewers money line cash. Gave out 2 plays in the morning. Steve Fetterbach. You know, I heard your boy giving you a little give you a little grief on. I got to listen to the whole show this morning because I was doing some family stuff, and got to listen to the whole show. And I heard Fennerbach. I heard, I know he said at the end, there's a bunch of, might be a consensus. Might have to get concerned. Good for you, my dude. Shout out to Ramon Scott, host of the Mornings team. You guys do a great job contributing in there as well, so I wouldn't expect anything less. You guys are always showing up, representing, hitting the like button, and giving your best bets. I love it. I love it. We're all working together for so long now. When UC plays early, got to find an outlet for them, and that's exactly what the Mornings team does for us. Shout out to Markel. Voodoo Ranger says, Rico. First touchdown at 12-1. Not mad at that. Not one of mine, but not mad at that. That was a cut. This is a second cut. I'll tell you the first cut touchdown, and then I'll tell you that was obviously the second. So let's go, Voodoo Ranger, my guy. Skunt Blaster. Home of the Skunt Bag play of the day. My brother and I laugh about that one on the regular Skunt. He says, waiting for Athletics to cash. The fans keep littering the field with trash. They keep stopping play. I was wondering why that game's taking so long. Tommy Leach likes Army, minus 12.5. Justin McCovey says, close out Athletics. Fanatical Jim. Thursday 2-minute play of the day. Jalen Brooks, over 3.5 receiving yards. You know what that means. That means the Thursday 2-minute play of the day means it's the first 2 minutes of the game. He's expecting Jalen Brooks to get that over 3.5 receiving yards. You guys, you know what happens when Fanatical Jim gets his time in there to give you a player prop. You write that shit down and you play it and you thank him in 2.5 minutes. I'll be rooting for that. Matter of fact, I got to write that shit down myself, dude. I write it down myself. I don't know what happened to my my notepad. Somehow it's MIA. That'll happen. All right, let's go. Let's see. Jay Peasy says fans are getting rowdy in Oakland. Fernando Mendoza likes the over 10.5, and they'll cash the over 10.5, I believe. Says Justin. Justin says he tailed. Winner's Circle. Hey, yo. He likes the steamroller from Bola. Likes Perez, BSD, and ML. I got to go back and see who ML is. Is that Lupita? It's not Lupila. I screwed it up. That's okay. It's all right. JP says, yeah, the Rangers won. They go home alive. They need to just take that loss. Nook. It's true, JPZ. Nook's in the house. Let's go talk sports with JT. Likes Gibson over 4.5 strikeouts. Freeland over 3.5 strikeouts. Two-man parlay cashed. Good for you, my dude. Tom Leach likes the Padres. Sometimes I got to recalibrate myself and see which games went on and which ones didn't. Voodoo Rangers is 3-1 WNBA, all plus money. Great job. I shat the bed. Well, you know what's funny is I gave out the 6 for you guys in. I guess we didn't lose them both, right? We gave out the 6 for the Fever last night, and when the show went right before the first tip went off there, it went to 6.5. So I did hit it again. Not as hard, but I was happy to get some money out of that. So we will take it. Talk Sports is only play so far. Let's go, you guys. Shout out to everybody that's coming in here, rocking with us. Tom Leach says he cashed 1 WNBA yesterday. Got minus 5.5. All right. Glad she missed that free throw. Joe says, hey, Mike, any Houdiniacs or Martians tonight on the Thursday night football show? There's no football show tonight, my dude. There is not one tonight. We are going to we got a full day on Saturday. And so those shows take a lot out of us, man. They take a ton out of us. So we're going to recalibrate how we roll about these Thursday nights. But stay tuned for us, because you just stay tuned for us. That's all I'm going to say, Joe. I did have the Houdiniac last week. Fernando Mendoza's a beast. Skunt Blaster says cash at Athletics. Ramon Scott, I was just giving him his kudos out there, says beer can smoke bombs and Mason Miller mowing them down. A's close out their tenure in Oakland. Nice job. Justin McCovey says Mason Miller from PA. Julian Cesario's in the house. What's up, dude? DJ Hardy says I'm fading UNLV this weekend. I don't know if I can. Tarek P's in the house says I do like Army and the over. Are you with me? We'll talk about that here momentarily. Let's get to work, you guys. Shout out to everybody that's rocking with us. Justin says, shout out to the members. Shout out to everybody that's here hanging out with us tonight. Doug, appreciate you guys spending the time. Tommy Leach says, can the Cowboys stop the run, giving up nearly 30 points a game? Can they stop the run tonight? Coin likes the Giants plus 5.5. Saw my dude out there in X. If you're not following him already, make sure you do so. There's Bell. Mikey, does the Twins need to win this game? I don't think that has any implication on the changes here, does it? I don't think so. David Wallace says Cowboys bets are always scary. There's Stern Company. Likes the Giants first half. There's my dude, Philly Eagle Flyer. On all NHL preseason games over tonight. I was thinking about them Flyers tonight against them Islanders in the preseason. I think they play them hard in the preseason. Oh, there he says it. Stern Company likes the Flyers as well. All right. And then Philly Eagle Flyer. Oh, man. I can't wait for the hockey season to start, you guys. I'm so jacked up for it. My guy, Ramon, sent me a glorious overlay of the NHL season that I had told him. It was like, thanks, dude. Now I'm not going to sleep last night. And, it was probably like 3:15 when my eyelids finally touched each other. No Diddy. Do you have to say that when it's your own eyelids? I don't know, but let's dig in. Let's get to work here. Let's try to move it fast. Shout out to Luke Murphy, my dude. All day, full slate on Saturday. And Nikki T. Garbage. Yeah, baby. Nick Tajos. Dude, I should get, if it didn't make you guys sick on screen, I'd order some fucking garbage plates and, well, at least one. And then rock it so you guys can see that delicate, high-end cuisine that has made Rochester a staple in the I should do that once. You guys have never seen me eat on screen, so I'm not a big believer in that. I'll take 3 minutes away to stuff something down real fast if I have to. But one show would be interesting to show you guys. There's a couple of gems around here. Problem is after that, man, Luke, it'd have to be after the show because I'd have to shut it down after that. Okay, let's go. 7:05 p.m. We'll move fast here. We got our boys got to move fast as well. So let's keep it going. You guys have been great. Thank you for coming in. Thanks for getting started with us here on the show. And thank you for hitting the like button, becoming members, and everything else that you guys do that shows and represents and rocks with this sports money community. It does mean an absolute ton, you guys. I know that I say it all the time, and I truly believe it is the best and the best that assemble here. And I can come rattle off some numbers for you guys, but it's you guys. It's you guys that make this thing pop. And we got a new member in Cliff Yang in the house. My guy Cliff. Renewing, re-upping, getting ready to go with us. Appreciate you, Cliff Yang, my brother. I'll sit here and fucking rock with you guys all night if that's what we have to do. I know I have a lot to do, but there's the Skunt Bag play of the day. The Anaheim Ducks -1.5 as well. We don't want to miss this. So again, Cliff Yang, appreciate you, my brother. Thank you for coming in here, being with us on the regular, and re-upping the membership. You guys are awesome, man. It just does mean a ton. It's motivating. We've done this every single day, Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. for almost 1 year on the dot, with the exception of 4 shows. Let me tell you. I heard Ramon talking about this perfect attendance the other day. I'm going to be honest with you. I was a perfect attendance guy myself. Wow. Actually, yeah. I was going to say until my senior year, but by my senior year, I was only taking 3 fucking classes anyway. So what are you going to do? You skip 3 classes? Shout out to Kelsey in the house, says Mikey. But Ramon, I heard that story and, listen, dude. I know. I knew something about you jumped out that said you're a fucking G, my guy. And I listen, I know you do a show every day at the same time, just like I do. And not just like I do, but showing up like that every day. I get it, my dude. It's discipline, but it's commitment. And it's because of you guys in the chat that we do it. So let's talk about getting paid today here. We've got this first game in the Orioles and the Yankees. Going to start at 7:05 p.m. and a huge movement to the Yankees. 84% of the bets and 71% of the cash have moved this line 30 full cents from -130 to -160. And we have all the money coming in on the over, 88% of the bets and 89% of the cash on the over. It's sitting at 8. Corbin Burns, Baltimore, 15-8 with a 2.95 ERA. And there's Garrett Cole Day, 7-5 with a 3.67 ERA. What I like about Corbin Burns, what you see is what you get. Dude is who he is. He's got the 2.95 ERAs, 2.95 all in on the road. 7-3 overall in the season. You guys know the deal with the Thursdays. We just get a little lighter, a little less discipline with the graphics here so that we can pop back and forth when our guy gets in here. But look, Corbin, last game, and not just his last game, but it's his hit ratios that led me to this play that I want to get involved with here. 7 innings pitched, 3 hits, no earned. He did walk 3 guys. That kept me off the side for the Orioles because, look, it only takes 1-0 to win a game. But he did strike 8 dudes out as well. On the flip side, we got a Garrett Cole spot. Yankees facing the sweep. Garrett Cole doesn't play as well under the bright lights of Yankee Stadium. He's got a 5.01 ERA at home. He's got a 3.67 ERA on the season. But obviously a little leakage at home. Now his last game. He went 9 innings. Only got hit twice. Gave up 1 earned run. Walked only 1. 7 Ks. These are 2 experienced pitchers. They're playing at the time of the season. You want experienced pitchers playing. And there's only one way that I looked at this game here, especially with, frankly, tired. They got to rest up. They got no more time to fuck around and find out. I like this under. And the fact that the cash is pouring in on the over and it hasn't gotten that way, perfect. Give it to me. AL East showdown out there. 2 of the gems of the pitching staff. Well, I don't want to say gems, but I guess I did say gems. Just think that we can expect some consistency. Now, bad as Garrett Cole is, and I just kind of shit on his numbers out there, it was really a bad performance against the Red Sox back on September 14th that did him in. That was a 4.1 inning pitcher. 5 hits, 7 earned runs, 3 walks. See, the walk number to me, the walk numbers more, the earned run and the walk numbers are the 2 most important numbers to me when it comes down to it. Yeah, I mean, we see a guy goes 9, and then what's he do? He bounces back and goes 9. But he only walked 1 in that game. That's where I talk about that command and control. Like if these guys are not well, they could get favorable umpire matches as well. They could get guys that, they just paint the corners really well with the 4 pitches that they have in their arsenal. And as they get experience, they can start to read the pitchers and figure out where the strike zones are. But this is that under season. This is that time of the year. We see a ton of them today. I cashed that Brewers game under. We got that White Sox game under. The Tigers-Rays game goes under. And the Athletics and Rangers game goes under. Say I need any more in this spot here. This is definitely an under opportunity for me. And I don't see why you wouldn't feel comfortable with that. Again, these 2 pitchers should absolutely go out there and shove. And give me an opportunity with that under. Quick, simple, short, sweet, to the point. We'll talk about this next game in the Marlins. By the way, last fragmented sentence there. I wouldn't be mad if anybody wanted to take the Orioles at plus 140. The problem is the Yankees, when they're facing a sweep in a series, they come and they shove. So that's why I only ended up on the total on this game. But there is action in each of these games. So let's go on to Marlins and Twins. Let's talk about the showdown in I was going to say the little city, but Minnesota. The Lakes of Minnetonka have opened up as a huge favorite. Huge favorite alert, minus 220. They're now minus 250. 91% of the bets and 96% of the cash bought into them Twins. And the line's moved, showing the concern. We got 8.5 is where it opened. 8.5 is where it sits. 89% of the bets and 88% of the cash sitting on that over. No movement. Here's the tough one for me. You guys, you've seen me get to this analysis breakdown before. We got festa, like a festering wound. That sounds disgusting, by the way. It's like one of those visuals. As soon as you say it, it kind of like makes you immediately have, at least me, have a visual behind it. Sharp analysis coming in this late in the day. Oh, well, we'll talk about it. talk about it when we get there. Festa, 2-6 with a 4.8 ERA. That's the festering wound I'm talking about. This guy came out and he was showing the propensity to win games, but as we've gotten deeper in the season, his arm has gotten loose. We'll say loose. Then we got Belozo the Clown, 3-4 with a 3.82 ERA. Now, think about this. This is just kind of, this is the stuff that I don't need to say. Well, we'll say it anyways, but this is the stuff we should be writing down so that we don't forget this when we start baseball again next season. When you look at these guys and you're a player on a team that's 82-76 and your ERA is north of 4 and your team's 2-6, you're on a winning team, but you're catching L's and you're maintaining that, 4-5 is definitely leaky, right? Then you look at Belozo the Clown. He's on a shit team. And no disrespect to the shitty teams that are out there, as I've learned the other day. You guys will hold me accountable. But you got Belozo at 3-4 with a 3.82 ERA on a shit team. Now, remember, we talked about this the other day, right? Bad teams that last week of the season win games. Belozo the Clown plays better by almost 41 points exactly at home. His ERA on the road. His ERA is 3.41 on the road. He's 3.82 overall. Then we look at this festering wound. He's 4.8 overall. He's 6.0 at home. So you got a pitcher catching wins on one of the shittiest teams in baseball. And you got a pitcher catching losses on a playoff-bound baseball team. Are the Twins playoff-bound? I guess I should double-check before I say that. Here's what I do know, though. Festa's 0-4 at home. He's got that 6 ERA, does not play as well. I don't know how you could do it. I mean, just based on the simplicity of the numbers themselves. Now, maybe it's because the Marlins need to win, but you know what? I need to win the Powerball. Doesn't mean it happens. There's no way. There's no way. I'm going to take action on both because they're both plus numbers here. But again, the fact is now this money line has moved from the 205 I grabbed earlier to 250. Well, there's still 205s out there. Just DraftKings has moved it to 215, but I'm comfortable with that. I know it says on paper, probably Minnesota should win this game. Do you want to go 2-1 like that? Real Jolly Roger. I don't know what those are, dude. Mukbang videos. What's up, True Teller? It's good to see you, dude. Good to see you. JPZ says, how many people eat on screen? I see a bunch of them. I think it's fucking disgusting. You ever seen that movie, The Lone Survivor? Right? Mark Wahlberg. There's a scene when they're in the crowd or when they're in the woods and they're trying to surveil the town to look for the one guy. I think his name was James Brown, I think it was, wasn't it? Anyways, whoever the person they were surveilling was, right? The dude's got the mic on and they're taking their snack break and the dude's chomping away and he's like, can you please turn your mic off while you're eating? It's making me sick. That's what I think of when people eat on screen. But that's a different story. I don't watch them that often, Kelsey. I don't watch them that often. But let's go. So you guys see my Miami action. Let's move on. Rick James. That's right, oldie. Rick James. Oh, that's Rick James, bitch. Okay, 10:10 p.m. San Diego Padres, LA Dodgers in the house here for this late night special. 75% of the bets and 94% of the cash on the Dodgers. There's Jeff M. gifted a membership. I told you we get one more. We'll pop the top. And in fact, we did. My brother, not from another mother, believing in what we're doing, spending his time, his effort, and his cash to gift a membership and help us build this community. That was the magic number we needed for gifted memberships. Woo! Let's just pop it. I'll pop it for every couple that we get there for sure. Oh, look at this. Oh, he says, I'm a wealth of useless. Me too, dude. Me too. All right, the Padres, the Dodgers. Again, everybody's on the Dodgers here tonight. Minus 118 has dropped them, minus 110. Now, total's not moving either, by the way. This is almost an identical Cliff Yang. I hit him up in the group chat today, and I said, "You've been called a scumbag so much, I think you should change your name to MMA Scumbag." It's all fun. It's all fun, man. I know he gets fired up when he sees it. Everyone does. All right, you guys, look at this last game. Buehler and Musgrove. I'll be short, sweet, and to the point because our guy's ready to go, and I don't want to keep him waiting much longer here. It's a Padre spot for me. I know. Dodgers are 3 games up on the Padres in the division. There's probably not much of a chance to get there. But I don't imagine they want to go into this thing losing. Furthermore, this is the ideal pitching matchup. Padres play great on the road. 46-31. Buehler has been dog shit in the month of September. He's got a 5.06 ERA. Musgrove, obviously the pitching, the stronger of the pitchers in this lineup here, especially given what Buehler has been doing this month. You got reverse line movement. Musgrove 6-5. Here's another situation that kind of goes almost identically hand in hand with that previous one. You got a 94-64 Dodgers team. You got Buehler, can't find a win to save his life, and he's almost at that 6 overall ERA, 5.63 with a 1-6 record. Musgrove 6-5 with a 3.95 ERA. I can't imagine they want to get swept. I know they've played some. Well, I guess they're not looking to get swept here because they did split the series. But look, I think they want to go into this thing on a positive. They've been playing incredible baseball. Look at their numbers here: 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 2. 10, what are they? 10-2 in their last 12 games as well. And you're giving me an opportunity to fade Walker Buehler, who's been playing some of the worst baseball in the month of September, next to Fester. Yep. Take some Padres. I think it's a good price. Maybe it is just a price play. Maybe, we talked about this the other day. Where do the Sharps buy in on some of these games? Red Sox, not a hard sell to jump in on the Red Sox in hindsight. The fucking Blue Jays stink. But I'm taking the Padres in this spot. Let's move on to college football, and let's bring our guy in. He's ready to go. He is not ready to go. All right, he's ready to go. Let's go without further ado. Busy man, lots of things going on in the life, but he's going to make some time for us here on Thursday to break it down and give us these W's. Let's welcome in, make it, Matt, Daddy. Yeah, you already know. There he is. You look great.
Thought I was over enough. There we go. Perfect. All right. What's up, brother?
Not much, man. Happy Thursday to you. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I heard a little bit about that baseball, which we will end. But, yeah, it's Padres or nothing. And I think there's runs. It'd be nice to have the 8, but the 9's better.
Yeah, I think I kind of envision this has got a Yerfie written on it. And if they get
by the way, you like Yerfie early? How do you not have a piece though? Lastly, which I do, heard you talk about of the Marlins. Come on, this is the end of the line. Man, the camera's all fucked today, Mikey. We are
left is
as
right.
As soon as I said it, right is left, left is right. We're in it enough. How do you not have them? I did take them yesterday. I had them the day before they won. I thought about it, and they went up 3-0, and I was kind of like, oh shit. And then they scored 8 runs. And it's a big game for the Twins. Do they really win, though? Do you want to put minus 250 on that Twins team? No way. So
not with Festa. If it was
not with your boy Festa.
A month ago, you might have been able to persuade me to take that stab at it, but not now.
Yeah.
Not with bad teams at the end of the season win games, and this is one of them spots. You just got to figure it works out that it's go time. Before we jump into some college football here, let's shout out Skunt Blaster. the author of the scuntbag play of the day. He's got the Anaheim Ducks at -1.5 at plus money. This is often imitated, never duplicated. Blessing everyone's action tonight. C-Mac, what do you think about them new Ducks jerseys, man? I like them. I like them.
Yeah, I think they're all right. I don't mind.
Good stuff. Shout out to Skunk Blaster. Thanks, my brother, for rocking with us on the regular. I see you there all the time, man. I appreciate you being here with us. Kelsey says, hey, C-Mac. Let's go, C-Mac. Let's talk Army and Temple here. 7:30 start. We'll be brisk. We got 2 games to talk about in the gridiron, if you will. And we've got some movement now, some late movement.
Shout out to the chat. I love all these guys. I just got to hit it up. Shout out to all of you in here. JP's, E. Kelsey, Joey T, Old E, Justin McAfee, my guy, Justin. He's got a duplicate guy out there from the other day. I think I might know who it is, but I know it wasn't him. Shout out to Fernando, NJ, what's going on? Striker, Julian Cesaro, as always. Cliff Yang, my dude. Talk Sports with JT. Christopher Sella, what up, my dude? I love it, Mikey. Sorry, I got to hit him up. You do a lot of ass slapping to start this show, so and go through everyone. I just I got to give some love.
I want to call out their plays, man. I appreciate everybody rocking with us.
Well, of course. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
Nasty Nate says he's going to be seeing C-Mac soon. It's a little meet and greet.
Yeah.
None other than Mick and Mac, Daddy.
Is he already here, by the way?
He didn't run his itinerary past me, so I couldn't tell you. I thought he.
Are you here, Nasty Nate?
I'm 50.
You're not here yet.
I would say Friday. I thought it was Friday, but
Joseph Alvarado, my man. Oh yeah.
Best chat in the business. I say it. You say it. We all say it. But we say it because it's true. And they've been sharing their plays, man. They've been winning like crazy this week. Let's talk about this Temple Army game. Let's see if we can't win like crazy here. Had a nice college football run last Friday on the show. Gave it a little board sweepage. Then I gave like a little 3 a.m. video recording, which got a ton of views. And in hindsight, I was embarrassed because I was almost one-eyed. But that's a different story.
One-eyed, I like it.
As I say all of that, this line just moved. Line move alert. It went from 10s to all the way up to 12.5s. We got a full move back to 11.5 right now. So we got buying coming in on this Temple spot, late buying. 70% of the bets, 67% of the cash on Temple. It just moved. Literally, just as we went from talking about the intro to just there it is, minus 11.5 now. 45.5 is the total, up to 47 with 73%. Now 75% of the bets and 80-something% of the cash on the over. I just lost it. C-Mac, you don't beat up on a service school, but can a service school kick the shit out of you is the question that I think about this game here. Big game, Lincoln Financial Field. What do they got? Homecoming out there for Temple. And general philosophy around my neck of the woods is fuck Temple. But is this too many points? And can Temple come out here and fuck? I guess that's the ultimate question. What do you think?
I'm not so sure here with Temple. One thing, that last game was a good game where they could win. And that's where I thought they could win just because their schedule, a few games this year, 3. Their team the total wins was 2.5. And even got there last year. But I thought kind of the change here, Simon played well last week. The Utah State defense is god-awful, though they are not horrible, not very good, but they were still dogs. That's how much they thought of this Temple team. Dogs at home by almost a touchdown. Armies look nothing but really, really good. How good? Lehigh here. FAU, good wins. Rice, very good win. Rice is struggling right now. But you play who's in front of you, they should be able to run the ball, and that's the biggest key. Temple, gives up like 170 yards already on the ground. So Army just should be able to run it in this game. And Army a little bit this year, I wanted to double check on the last, when I was going through it, have, thrown it a little bit more. 13 pass attempts, against Rice. I mean, sometimes there was back in the days, and they would throw it twice, like Navy. You know what I mean, Mike? There's like a couple plays where they dial up to throw it. So they should have success. This game that you talk about, open there, this one almost went to 2 touchdowns. piqued me if we got there. Never got there. So I stayed away. But there is late money here with Temple. I mean, this is a Thursday night game. You got to look at that a little bit. And is this an Army team that can go on the road and consistently win but cover? That's what I think sharps are looking at when they're buying Temple here a little bit, Mikey. You know, they did go to FAU, but this is, you know, standalone game Thursday night. Let's see it. You know, so side here, I'm off this game. Like I talked about it. I thought Temple, I thought the line's decent. I thought Army's but 10-point favorite. There's not enough for me here to move on it. But I have one, which I like. Temple's getting a little bit of money here. This total hasn't really moved either. We know Army wants to run the clock. My guy Dante Wright. When I was going through this game, as a receiver for Temple, he didn't have much that first game versus Oklahoma. He just had a couple catches for 8 yards. But my guy, the last 3 weeks, the targets are all there. 5, 15, 10. His yards are at 54.5. He's going to get a big play or two in this game. So this guy's been there a while, second year. Before that, where was he at? Colorado State. Dante Wright, Colorado State. Not a big guy, but he's fast. I have his prop here. I was going to put it out on Twitter. Over 54.5 receiving yards for my guy Dante Wright to make a couple big plays for Temple in this game.
I like that look a lot. Yeah, I mean, you said it. He had what? You said 8 yards that first week, and he's up to 350 plus now. Not to mention,
targets, he had 11 for 50, or he had 15 targets, 11 for 101 against Navy. Coastal, 9 for 99, 10 targets. And last week, he just had a huge one. He had a 90-yard pass play. That was huge. I think it was the TD, too, for 116. So I think he gets like a big play or two in this one. Army, decent passing defense, too. That was another look. 75th, gave up 225. So average. But how many teams so far have really been slinging it around against him? I'm not so sure. And I thought this was low. This is right where I wanted. Anything under 60, I think, was solid here. That I had to take a shot with, right?
You know what I like about that the most, too? If you think about how this game plays out, the big numbers suggest Army should go out there and slap him around a little bit. You talk about Army loving to run the game. You look at just the discrepancy in Daly's numbers. 186 passing yards all season. He's got 10 for 19. But then you look at his running game. He's got 58 carries for almost 350 and 5 scores. That's going to wear a team down. You get a team like Temple that falls behind as they are expected to based on what this line indicates. Now you got to pass the ball. And who else are you going to pass it to but your guy in right that's been out there as your lion share carrier? That seems like a steal at 54.5. I like it. Let's go.
Yep.
I'm on Army.
Get it.
I'm on Army.
What number did you get, though? 12?
I got 12.
12.5.
12.
Yeah, 12.
But I bought it down. It was minus 115 at 12. Oh, there was 12 and a half. So depending on the book, it was like minus 115s, and you could buy it down to 115. So I said, I'll take it down to the 115.
And these have just popped up, Mike. The 11 and a half, and now even 11s have just come up literally in 20 minutes. 30 minutes. This has gone down. I'm just saying. That's how.
Is it? Do you think it's the public coming in late saying this is too many points, or do you think that there's like some buyback here?
No, I think it's just some buyback. There's no way the public wants Temple here. I mean, no way, at all.
Unless some,
especially what I've seen in the money that I've seen all day. No.
Yeah, that's a strange one.
It is a little bit.
Number for a reason. I also like the spot that Temple just came off of that surprise, right? So I feel like we're getting. If you like Temple, if you like Army, you're getting kind of the best spot that you could have because Temple might not get 3 wins all season. Wasn't their win total like 2.5 or something?
2.5. 2.5. Yep.
So they're like, they're almost halfway there, right? And you're catching them at a great spot after an inflated opportunity with Utah State. So I think that's a good look. Let's go. Let's keep going. I know we got things to do tonight, so let's move on. I'm on Army. I got him at minus 12. Obviously, I like the better number now, but I paid minus 115, so you're getting an even better now from that perspective. But it is what it is. We will take that opportunity and we will deal with it. It's the big Thursday night game.
Yeah.
So we have some questions in the chat, C-Mac, about the team total over. I see KV's been asking about that. A couple other guys that asked about that as well. What do you think about Army's team total over? I know we just kind of moved on from that game here, but
What is it? It's like 20.
29 and a half, maybe some 28 and a half.
29.
We're moving down.
Yeah, I thought it was around there. 20. I think it's all right. I don't love it, but the Temple defense is it. I kind of think they do get there. I think they could get to a little over 30 in this game, just because that Temple defense is great. That's why I'm a little surprised. People, off the win, they're buying a little bit with Temple. I mean, but I just haven't seen enough from this, especially the run defense. Of course, you're preparing for this all week, but I don't think there's going to be a real shock with what they're doing. I mean,
Temple let up 38 on Navy, 28 on Coastal, 29 on Utah State. And Army's got 37 on Rice, 24 on FAU, and 42 on Lehigh. This one's that's a pretty sharp number.
Running. Yeah. They'll run up the score too. I don't know.
I would kick the shit out of Temple, and I would not stop beating on him every chance I got. But when you're running the game, I mean, essentially you have to hope that off of that defensive line just gets shredded, and they're going untouched for 30 yards before they get their first piece of contact out there. I would think to make that happen, but I could see that's a tricky number. I believe more confidently in Temple going out there and rolling the donut and Army finding a 2-touchdown win than I do Army going out there scoring 4 touchdowns and a field goal. That's just kind of how that game looks on my chalkboard out there. Kelsey says, Mikey C-Mac, hockey question, living in LA. Who do I fan out for? The Kings or the Ducks?
That's tough. I like them both, but when the Kings for me. I like the Ducks.
That's a tricky question. It's kind of like the Mets and the Yankees, right? Do you or the Rangers and the Islanders? Now, the Kings, they're in win now mode. So if you want to be on a winner and you want to have a lot of fun the next couple of years, but you got to deal with the people saying, "Oh, you're potentially a bandwagon rider." The Ducks, sharp jerseys, probably not going to win for another 3 or 4 years. So, in fact, I believe the lowest team total expectation in that little guide I was reading the other night, the lowest team total expectation of points is the Anaheim Ducks this year, I think across all of the NHL. So
I believe it.
You're going to get for some hurt if you're a Ducks fan, but you'll catch some big plus money for them, Kelsey. That's a quick hockey analysis for you there, but the crowd got chapping on that one.
We'll get into hockey soon. Are you already getting into
No, I just been dabbling here. No, I'm not saying you are a bandwagon, Kelsey. I'm just saying you have to deal with people saying you're a bandwagon rider. That's all. I think you can go from both. You can go from both, and you can comfortably feel that, hey, you're not going to be, until they play each other, you're not going to be in a bad spot. I like the Ducks. Yeah, Philly Eagle Flyer. Flip a coin, but I'd rather wear a Ducks jersey myself. Those new Ducks jerseys are sharp. I really like those a lot. So anyways, let's get to business here. 8:15. We got some action, some work to do. Cowboys and Giants. Giants opened up as 4-point dogs. They moved all the way up to 5.5. I didn't see any 6s, but I have seen it come back to 5. And we have 83% of the bets and 81% of the cash on the Cowboys. You can see on the wall behind me. This is a tough one for me because I think both these teams could fuck off forever. We got a total that's at 44.5. It's kind of ping pong, C-Mac. I think I've seen some action where it dropped a little bit. Then I saw some late comeback on it, and it's still pretty much showing 44.5. But we have 66% of the bets and 61% of the cash on the over in this spot. Cowboys, Giants, both teams 1 and 2. Probably the tail of the tape for me was asking early after week 1. The reporters are asking, is Daniel Jones still going to be your quarterback? And we had those numbers out there where he had 6 interceptions, but he had 3 touchdown passes thrown. So it was like he was 2-1 throwing incomplete passes or interceptions versus actual touchdowns. But a big win off that Cleveland team on the road, back-to-back road games. They battled for a disappointing loss against the Cowboys. I'm sorry, against the Commanders. Commanders couldn't score a touchdown that game. Now, if you play that latter game a little bit, couldn't score a touchdown. The Giants set history, I believe, for the team that what do they have? Seven allowed field goals. No touchdowns allowed, but lost a game when a team scored less than 21 points or something like that. I forgot what exactly the number was, but divisional spot out there, and they lose. They come back and they fire against that Cleveland team. The Cowboys, Cowboys just handed the Baltimore Ravens their first win of the season. They're off of back-to-back home games, but the most notable one, 44-19 thrashing to those New Orleans Saints. Now, if you're looking at common opponents, the Cowboys did beat Cleveland 33-17 in week 1. The Giants did beat Cleveland 21-15 in week 3. This is a tricky one. Tricky game for me. I'll tell you, JP says, I like the Ontario Reign better than the Ducks. There's a little shout out to Ontario Reign. I love that you guys are hockey folks. It's going to be a lot of fun. C-Mac, I got a fucking bevy of trends to talk about here. I mean, I'm not going to mention that Thursday primetime one, but I will say this: when it comes to primetime, the rumor on the street, Daniel Jones has never won a primetime game. I can't hear you.
Damn, I just pulled a cab right there. Holy shit. Yeah, I can't wait for hockey. Stop getting the hockey talk. You guys are getting me
get me all jacked up.
Just fire me up here. Fuck, all that plus money on the hockey talk. God damn. Julie, you're gonna be in Vegas. Fuck yeah, man. Well, hopefully I see you with everybody. Yeah. What's the hit us with the primetime under? Is that what you didn't want to talk about?
I didn't even write it down. I didn't even record it because I could give a fuck less. At this point, I would be just inclined to fade that. But I like points in this game. I think that the misconception here is that we're not going to see points. The problem that I'm seeing right now is the two most public spots are Dallas and the over.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely, you see the numbers. Dak Prescott's 12-2 against the Giants. We see the I think it was an 0-14 spot. But on the flip side, when everybody's zigging, we got a zag in this business here. The dogs of 5 or more points are 14-2 against the spread. It's a short turnaround. I believe Ramon Scott said it this morning. It's the first time the Cowboys have ever had to play on 3 days rest. Short turnaround, traveling to a divisional opponent. Is it too easy to lay the 5? The 5.5s have been horrible. Like I said, 14-2 against the spread. In the last 35 years, dogs of more than 5 points have not started off better than 13-6-1 their first 3 weeks of the season. Is this due for some regression? But I got to go to the Giants here. I'm not going to flirt around with it. I can't stand the Cowboys. Even if I could stand the Cowboys, I think it's too many points for a primetime game at night. I mean, look. Yeah, it's not pretty. Thursday night divisional away favorites, 12-4 against the spread. They're 9-1 when they're a favorite of 3 points or more. And they're showing that they should be able to go out there and beat them down. But turmoil on the sidelines. I mean, first of all, Malik Neighbors, right? Fucking fantastic grab. There's no question about that. Yeah. Everybody saw the CD Lamb bitching on the sidelines. Throw me the ball, throw me the ball, throw me the ball. We had a little Stephen Diggs Buffalo Bills type of situation going on there from previous seasons. What do you think about this game?
Yeah, and this series has just, of course, been owned by the Cowboys. It's like 12-1, 13-1, the last 10, 9-1. And this meetings have been over too. That's 7-3 to the over. And everything screams over here. Mikey, these defenses haven't been good, really. The Giants kind of bend but don't break, in certain categories. And the Cowboys just been awful here. Cowboys against, when you look at it, against the run, they've been bad. That's a look for me, both Neighbors and Singletary. Like, I think the 70's about right in the, for him. He's looked really, really good. I don't mind people going there. And Singletary, his rushing yards are 59.5. That's the closest one for me that I might move on. But you got to think this short week, I just think these teams are going to be a little bit ready, and there's not going to be a ton of points. I hate to say it. I really, really do. And why is this only 45? Cowboys dead over team too. You got to let me look at that. Giants three unders to start the year. Something's got to give. It just seems like the Giants too. They run. And the best thing since 2022, Giants best under team in the NFL. 48-22-2. And when Jones starts, even better. The best under team Yeah, 35, 15, and 2. And it's in prime time. It just seems like this is right when Jones had a decent game. He shits here.
Yeah.
You know, I get the Cowboy, love. They need to bounce back. And that's why I'm on the under 5 here. Mikey, as much as and this game could explode and blow right up in my face, but I'm on the under on this total. I am on the under. Dallas needs to get fixed. Can it do it? This seems like a good team to do it, that they know so well for that to happen, right, Mikey?
Everything
right
shuts
after
up
all those
down.
points.
Yep.
Yeah. The last few weeks, too, the tough loss to the Ravens and then just getting their ass blown out. The secondary's got problems. They got cornerback issues. They can't stop the run like I talked about. I know that was Henry. Kamara had 115. He had 150. That's why I was kind of looking at Singletary. But if the Cowboys get out a little bit, Giants don't want to, I don't know how much they want to run it. That's what a little bit scares me. But like I was talking about, I was leaning that Singletary 59.5. I get CeeDee Lamb bitching for the ball. He is their guy. They need to get him the goddamn ball. Everyone knows, but the receivers, these guys are divas. That's just how it goes. And his yards just keep going up. And he should have some success. I have a little bit, but I want to take this guy. I want to take Ferguson here, Mikey. Tight ends have been, for the Giants, their defense has been decent against them. I mean, Ertz had 4 for 62. They haven't been crazy. And last year he didn't do really anything against the Giants. And he finally had a big game last week. But I thought 41.5 was too low. So I took his over 41.5. They got minus 108. And I put a little bit on that TD plus 250. We did a little action like last Thursday with Wilson that cashed. I'm going to roll with that. And they want to get Cooks involved. He's kind of like a big hitter. I would look to his one play, like one shot over whatever it is, like 18.5. I don't know I'm just saying he seems to be getting a target, a couple catches for a big play, but I wouldn't rely on his over 3.5 receptions or anything like that. So that's why I look to just kind of the safety here with Ferguson at 41.5. Man,
longest
should be good.
Longest reception over 18.5 yards for Cooks is minus 107. So that's a great number.
It's 18.5 too. Okay, that was 17.5, 18.5 would be it. I'd look that way if you want to look to him there. I love Slayton. He's come through. It's kind of like Jennings for the 49ers. I've looked to those guys the last 2 years in certain spots to cash. So I get it. Who just put that in there? Ice X at 2 T's. That's wild. Yeah. Hey, I love that. Neighbors just took to so much attention here.
Yeah.
These first few weeks. And even Robinson has been pretty good. Last week he had a decent game, I think. What do you have here, Mikey?
What I put on the
screen. Did he have an already game? Robinson? No, he had 6 for 40. He didn't play the last few weeks. Okay, against the Vikings he did. I was trying to look up. I couldn't remember the stats. Yeah, he hasn't played. Okay.
I mean, I looked at this way here. Everybody, their brother and their mother knows Malik Neighbors is going to be the guy that's going to get the look. So that you don't think Dallas know, even short week or not, they got Diggs out there lining up against him. I mean, this is going to be a guy that's an All-Pro versus a guy. He's coming off of some injury factors too, but All-Pro versus rookie that could be an All-Pro. Neighbors is the second most bet on guy to get a touchdown. The first guy overall is CeeDee Lamb. 3 is Ferguson, then Singletary, and then Wan'Dale Robinson is sitting down there in the 5 spot. So I put this together here on the screen. It's a little same game parlay. It's almost 18-1. Rico, 50+ rushing and receiving yards because I think he's a dual threat. And if you look at his usage time, mostly his usage time has been like right at that 45 to 48% mark. But the usage time for Ezekiel Elliott has dropped each of the last 3 weeks. So not that he's necessarily showing age, but I just think you combo this guy out there and you look at the overall ability. I think he should be able to go out there and pop this between that dual threat factor. Maybe it's, he's got his longest reception is 18.5 yards. So, couple that with a couple of rushes and he's in business. I took the Robinson over 4.5 receptions.
There you go.
I looked at this
because we were talking about. Yeah.
Yep. I saw,
saying.
When I looked at what's going on with the game, just felt to me like, again, we know it kind of goes along with my theory of the Neighbors is the number one overall bet receiving player prop for receiving yards this week. I want to fade a spot like that if everybody knows to get on him. 84% of the bets and 81% of the cash are on Neighbors, over 71.5 receiving yards out there. So I'm going to get underneath that, but I've got this sneaky premonition that Daniel Jones gets 2 passing touchdowns. This doesn't have anything to do with who wins the game or what the total is. It's just 4 props where I'm kind of going really against the public. When I saw some of the dashboard numbers I had, just for you guys that are interested in hearing about some of these prop spots, fade on, look, they're expecting to see an interception from Dak Prescott. This is just what the dashboard showing. They're expecting to see an interception from Dak. They're not expecting to see an interception from Daniel Jones. I don't know. Take that for what it's worth. I just gave you guys the top 5 rundown in terms of the players. They like Daniel Jones to get over pass completions at 20.5. So it sounds like there's going to be an opportunity for this guy to be passing, and they're projecting somewhere around 217 yards on these dashboards and these analytical tools. The player props that I went for touchdowns, I've got 2. I've got 1 for each side, true to kind of play in the game here. I've got Jason Tolbert, touchdown. What do I like about him? I'm fading that narrative of CeeDee Lamb. Now, yeah, you can play CeeDee Lamb at minus 120, and if he scores, you cash. But you look at overall usage, through the first 3 games of the season, he is the number 2 guy in targets on that team. And his expectation, they were holding out on CeeDee Lamb. If CeeDee Lamb wasn't a go, Robinson was probably going to be number 1 unless they made some drastic trade moves. So I was good with that. And I see his touchdown is plus 390. He's already got 1 on the season. You see 13 catches and 1 touchdown for CeeDee Lamb. You see 10 catches and a touchdown for Tolbert. So truly showing a number 2. His first touchdown prop is plus 2,000. Guys, South Alabama 3rd round pick opportunity out there. I like me some Jason Tolbert, and I'm going to go full unit on the touchdown, quarter unit on the first touchdown. Then I went on the other side of the ball. I was flip-flopped. Daniel Jones. I like the ability for Daniel Jones to rush this in there. A lot of this has to do with what you talked about and the inability for the Cowboys to stop the rush. The fucking numbers that jump off the page with their rush capability. Overall, they let up 274 rushing yards against the Ravens. 161 came before any contact at all. So Daniel Jones was my first cut on the mat there when it came to 300. His first touchdown is plus 650. But the guy that I'm going to is Wan'Dale Robinson. Plus 425 to get a touchdown. Plus 800 to get the first touchdown. Again, it falls into that narrative of fading on Neighbors. Now, if Neighbors goes out there and gets 3 touchdowns and 250 yards, I'm going to feel like a pile of shit. But what I like about Wan'Dale, he also gives a little bit of rushing. They've shown in the first 3 games. He's only touched the ball once on the ground. But when you're playing that porous rush defense that Dallas brings to the table, he got 14 yards on that single rush. So when they do it, they sneak it in. It's a big play for him. That could be a red zone. So he's kind of that dual threat in the red zone. Again, expecting Neighbors to be kind of boxed up. So Wan'Dale at plus 425 anytime, plus 800 first. And Tolbert plus 390 anytime, plus 2,000 first are 2 plays that I jumped it on as well. So you got the same game.
Real quick.
Yeah.
On Jones. Yeah. You got it right here. That's the real thing. I looked at his, but I thought it was just a little bit too high, Mikey. If he gets it, he gets it. It was his yards, rushing yards, 30.5. This year, 5 for 32, 8 for 20, 6 for 15. And against the Cowboys, which you have to go back, about 5 years, because some of these games, he didn't play, of course, with him being out. But what do you have? 13 for 43, 3 for 14, 9 for 79. I remember that game. That was Giants were at home, 3 for 9. 9 for 17. So it was just too high for me. I think if you're in the 20s with him, that's where I was going to look. Low 20s, it just hit on Daniel Jones. And even his rushing touchdown, which you just hit on, I think was a decent look.
It's a great price. So plus 300 for any
the
time.
Price is.
You don't even have to be greedy and go for the 650 for the first. You could just feel good catching that 300 and he runs one in there or whatever. But I thought the reason he was a cut for me is because I expected more of the. I like his rushing yards. That was one of those props that kind of was toying around with how.
Me too. He gets that like easily. I think as like 40 or 50 or even more, or he kind of has that weird, just gets 15 yards, something like that. So I was worried a little.
Well, C-Mac, I know you've got some things to do, my friend. So hit them with that, hitting the books. Let's talk some college football.
Yeah, before I dip, go to Hitting the Books. Check us out, Hitting the Books on YouTube. Give us just a subscribe. Check us out. And if you do, always, like I say, nothing else, just hit the like button. We are not asking for anything. We just want to show up, check out the videos. We're just getting out our first look on Mondays like we always have with the show for college football. It really helps you out throughout the week, I'm telling you, with college football. Any games you like, college football, this week?
I gotta go to Georgia in the big one, Georgia, Alabama.
Of course he does. Big game, Mike.
I like I'm not a big game guy. I'm usually a small market.
That's Buckley. I know.
I like them small markets, but I looked at a couple other spots. I think Northern Illinois is in a tough spot. That line's come down to 7.5.
I hate the spot. It's lower than that. It's like 6 now. There's no 7s. Northern Illinois, NC State.
Yeah, I saw 11.5. I see 7 and 7.5 now. Has it moved?
No, I don't know what you're talking about. Northern Illinois, NC State.
Yep.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there's a few 7s. Yeah. It was just been down to 6.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Then Northern Illinois, NC State. I love Buffalo. We talked about it on the show last week. You did too.
Buffalo.
And I love now Northern Illinois plus. If you do get the 7, because this NC State team is bad, it's just a little bit of a tough spot for me. And I have to have the 7 because I want to move on it too. It kind of dipped to 6 the last few days, but there are 7s out there,
Yeah, I'll have to look for that 6 because I love that. I like it at 7.5. I get into it at 7. I love it at 6. Are you kidding me? That's not enough points. That's an overreaction to what happened last week for
all right, what else?
Let's see here. Nebraska, Purdue. My initial thought there was I was going to look to this under. I was going to try to find a way to get into that number. And, it's 48 down from 48.5. So subtle movement to this thing, despite kind of a flip-flop with the pros versus Joes when it comes to the public likes an over in that game. That one just, to me, feels historically like it's an early game. It should be that sleepy little under situation. I don't know if you looked at the side of the total on that game at all.
Though I do kind of like that, Mikey. Purdue just can't stop anything.
No, that's the problem.
They can't stop anything. Like, this was the past. I think that play is really, really good. They just they're bad defensively. They're really, really in tough shape. I kind of get it. That'd be one that'd be better just over the 49 type area, just to feel a little bit better. But I get it. It's going to be a lot of overload.
The other under that I really liked was that Wisconsin and USC. I feel like, first of all, USC is a very public team, and everybody knows that USC last year was an over. But what we've seen from Lincoln Riley is he's brought in some defensive pieces, and this number's come down from 53.5 to 51. We got a Wisconsin team that's going to travel on the road. It should be a battle between these two teams. I just don't know stylistically if Wisconsin's going to have enough to match up. And they got busted up there against Bama. So are they sleepy little hangover? We're in a situation where USC just came off that Michigan game. They were favored. They let them down. Do they go back and get to how do you fix things first? You build it from the defensive side up, and USC and Lincoln Riley with that program should have enough to be able to go out there and do just that. Wisconsin on the road doesn't scare me as much from a scoring perspective as when they're sitting there at home.
No, I agree. But to me, it's that I like the under a lot. And if I had to take the side, I'd take Wisconsin. This team's just been dreadful offensively. That's why the under is so good. And I don't think like SC's defense is great, but it will be enough. Obviously, Van Dyke is out. They're just going to run the ball. And if they're going to be in this game, it's going to be because of their defense. That's why I lean the 15.5 there. But yes, at 51.5, I love the under.
Look, I haven't pulled the trigger on this one yet, and I don't know if I'm going to, but it's my team, and historically I recognize where there's a big red fucking flag. It's Holy Cross getting 28.5 points against Syracuse. Holy Cross shows up to play those games, man. Every time they play, it seems like they're just, college basketball's got their issues with some programs out there. Cornell seems to be the big college basketball issue for Cuse. The football program struggles with Holy Cross. I don't know what the fucking deal is there, but that's the we're going to pay you $2 million to come out there and watch you fucking take us right down to the wire. And maybe we win by 3 points because of a late field goal. I kind of like Holy Cross. I don't know if I'm going to get there. I don't know.
I don't know too, because sometimes Holy Cross can show up. And you know what I hate too, Mikey? Syracuse, the horrible game they had against Stanford, losing with the defense. Like, I just sometimes I could just see him being up huge and kind of stomp them. That's my only thing, be up 28-0 at halftime and just put the boots to Holy Cross. But I don't know. I think it's tough sometimes taking these schools, but I think they could hang around as well. I went through that game a bunch.
Was Syracuse looking ahead to Holy Cross? Probably not. They gave everything they had to Stanford, so I don't know if there's any emotional hangover that goes into that.
Stanford. I mean, maybe Stanford's a little bit better this
probably
year.
Better than I give it credit for. Probably
a little bit. Obviously, after that game, and they still lost to TCU. Kind of held on there, at least covered. But that was really, really big for them. And next week, Syracuse plays UNLV at UNLV too.
New quarterback in town, UNLV, or are they going to pay this guy the NIL dollars that they should?
No, he's out. Yeah,
he's done.
Allen's out. The running back's gone. It's well, here's the deal. He wanted, whatever it was, 12 or 15 grand, and they're like, fine. He wins a few ball games. There's hype, and now he hires an agent and says, I want 100 grand. That's what we're going to start seeing. I mean, this guy came from New Hampshire. He's a nobody, and he's still not a pocket passer. In those games, he looks solid running the ball, but he ain't if you watch him, he's kind of a classic college quarterback. But yeah, he wants the bucks. He's skipping. He's out of town. A red shirt. Just play 3 games or less, 4 games. You get that red shirt. See ya. Never counted.
I tell you what, regardless of the quarterback situation, I'd still take UNLV in that game. Fuck them. It's almost a pick 'em. It's almost a pick 'em right now. It was only 3, but I'm not a big fan of. I mean, I like some Fresno State as much as the next guy, but I'm not that big.
By the way, Cameron Field, that backup's played a lot of football too. With my last year, he's not like just a ho-hum guy. He's been there at UNLV for years. It's not like they're putting in a freshman kid. So yeah.
Write this one down, C-Mac. Circle it, highlight it, underline it. Ole Miss kicks the dog shit out of Kentucky. Kicks the shit out of them. 16
That's great, but you're trying to give me a hot take on a fucking Ole Miss on a beat down?
I don't want to
get the fuck out of here.
It's a 12 o'clock start. I don't want to forget it. Take the first half and the full game. They're home. They're only laying 16. I gave you some hot takes. I gave you a Holy Cross, but I haven't pulled the trigger yet. But don't leave that fucking free.
You know who does? You want a hot take here? I mean, Ole Miss is just whipping people's ass. We'll see if the Kentucky defense shows up on the road and the offense isn't very good. And if this Ole Miss defense is really, really good, which they've not been in the past, solid at times, but good, by the bigger schools kind of gets, lit up a little bit when they play Alabama. Some of the bigger games, Lane Kiffin's gone and it hasn't worked out. But they are very, very good, at least on the offensive side of the ball. And we'll see these smaller schools, they defensively have looked great, but they haven't played anybody. I got a dog I gave out the other day. Sam Houston State. Nobody wants him, Mikey. Nobody wants him. Texas State gets all the love. This rivalry's gone back since like 1915. Back then there were no schools. Texas State a little bit bigger. Sam Houston, the little brother. And they haven't met up when they used to play every single year, way back in the day. And schools were smaller. Sam Houston, this is where I want them because they're at home and they have the better defense. And you know why I like them? They're great against the pass. And Texas State with McLeod, who is excellent, that's what they're going to look to. That's one like 10 I'd love tons. It hasn't moved. All the money's on Texas State.
Yeah.
I'm on Sam Houston plus 8.5. That game's tight, I believe. If Texas State goes in there and wins big, they're for real for the conference, which a lot of people talk about. And Sam Houston's looked good, but they beat up on New Mexico State and Hawaii, and the offense isn't great. They're not, but they run the ball. And I think that keeps them in here. Their defense does, and the game's at least tight. So plus 8.5, Sam Houston State. That's my last one. Let's get out of here.
Makes me laugh when you talk about my hot take with Ole Miss. You know what? We're going to be rocking this UFC live stream, and believe you me, by the time 2 o'clock rolls around, I'm going to be talking all about that Ole Miss play that I gave out.
Yeah, it's moved up. How many places is it at 10, though? Sam Houston. Has it got there?
I've seen
I
9.5.
haven't seen, but I didn't look today.
I see 9.5. Oh no, Bet
I see
Rivers has a
9.5.
Now Rivers
I
has
see
a
it 9.5. That's fine with me. Yeah, I love it even more, the 10. I just gave it out when I was on the show the other day.
Yeah, a little minus
I love
115 action. So shout out to our guy Matty Ice rocking in here for us, giving us a look as well. He says Army and the over are plus 145 at BetMGM. I'm on it and love it. The man known for his taint. Play of the day.
I think he gets there. And I think that the Army team total, like we were talking about earlier, gets there too. They get to the 30 at least, 31, 35 type shit.
Well, C-Mac, I know you've got a busy weekend of entertaining ahead. Maybe you guys give us a little live check-in from the strip with Nasty Nate on Saturday for the UFC stream, but no pressure. But I appreciate you, my guy. As always,
we'll do something.
Thank you for coming in, hanging out, spending the time with us. I know you got family in town, so get back to what you got to do, my man, but get that cash above all else. And thank you again for all the time that you spend here with us at Sports Money.
Let's get it, Mikey. Let's keep cashing, baby. Let's do what we do. Let's keep winning, my man.
Let's go. We had a 5-game card, and here we are, almost 90 minutes in.
Well, we got to talk some college football when I'm here. You know, we can't fuck around. Yeah.
No, we're not here to fuck around. We're here to let the bookies find out, and hopefully they do, you guys. Good luck. Thank you to everybody that came in here tonight. Members in Keith, Cliff Yang, Jerry Davis. We got the $4.99 dono blessing our action from Skunt Blaster, author of the Skunt Bag Play of the Day, and gifted Sports Money memberships from Oldie, Grandma Horse Racing, and Jeff M. Rocking and rolling, kicking ass, taking names, you guys. Good luck. Thanks to everybody that hung out with us tonight through this stream. And we'll see you guys soon. Saturday, we'll be back. Stay tuned. Maybe we'll do a little pop in here at halftime for our members. Thank you guys all. Have yourselves a great night. Good luck with that cash. Get that.